right now we are sitting at Restaurant Simone. It's very close to my house and I love it here. I don't know if I eat here because I love it or because I'm just lazy sometimes, but I do eat here quite often. And it's fantastic. I mean, the whole neighborhood is full of amazing restaurants, so there's lots of options. And yeah, I mean, I do cook quite often, but I love to experience the neighborhood. Well, actually, I think it started because I was touring every weekend, you know? So I'm touring every weekend, I'm leaving the city, and I think it started to put that in my head. And then I was walking around the train station one time. I don't remember which train station I was walking around, and totally lost looking for the promoter to pick me up. And I look around this big sign that says Ausgang City. I was like, Exit City. Shit, that's a great name for an album. And that's where it came to me. And then from there, I just kind of revolved my ideas around that. And I think it also has to do with the fact that a lot of my music, I don't use MIDI so much, I use a lot of samples and a lot of field sampling. And all of that is coming out of the city. So everything is just, I'm sampling everywhere I go. In the planes, in the trains, in driving, walking around, people talking, everything. So like my music is actually made up of all of this, it's made of little parts of cities, you can say. Yeah, so that's where the name comes from. It felt appropriate. The first single is called Cocopelli, and this Cocopelli actually means it's the Navajo god of music. This is a character that I discovered somewhere on my trip. Actually, it was on my way to Burning Man once, and I was like, who's Cocopelli? So I fell in love with the character Cocopelli, and I decided to call the single Cocopelli because it's actually my favorite song on the album. And the lady that I was working with, Mama, she's a singer she's actually from London, a Nigerian girl from London. And now she lives in Berlin, and I think she's fantastic. We met through a mutual friend at some point, and then I came to see one of her concerts, and on her last performance, I was just like mouth open looking at her. I was like, I love this song, can I make a remix of this? She's like, absolutely, yes. So that's how I made the remix for Horses. And then from there, when I needed a singer, I looked at my album, I said it could have more depth with a singer. And from there, I couldn't think of anybody else. So yeah, I love her dynamic. Her voice is very raw. You know, it's not overdone. She doesn't oversing. I like her very much, and I think it fits. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Grigoriu. I am the brother of Simina Grigoriu. And what can I say? I mean, our relationship. We grew up in Toronto, Canada. And Simina wasn't really the most musical person back then, although she was taking, I think, violin, piano. Is this correct?
Yeah.
She was actually very artistic. She was drawing a lot, painting, and she was very incredible at this. I did play a lot of music growing up, but never really went the DJ route that she went. And what can I say? I mean, I noticed that she was always listening to, back then it was like rave music, like happy hardcore, jungle, a lot of Prodigy. And I always realized that there was some sort of spark there with her in music, even though she wasn't playing. And yeah, eventually I guess we're gonna go from here.
The thing is, to be honest, if I'm honest, he's the real musician in our family. I'm maybe multi-talented, but he can pick up a pair of spoons and play them and write a whole track for you in 5 minutes, and he can do that. Actually, just recently he was asking me to look at his Ableton files and maybe I can help him. I looked at him, he played his stuff, and I was like, dude, I can't teach you anything. You know what there is to know. Actually, he's developing his own sense of style as well, and totally different way. Like, we produce totally different ways.
Yeah, very.
It's absolutely different. Yeah.
Simina's music is just incredible. You know, you just got people dancing, people, you know, really just letting loose on the dance floor. We've seen her play a few times. We've seen her play in Berlin. We've seen her play in Budapest, in Toronto. And she's just great. I mean, she knows what people want to listen to, and it's incredible what she can do.